Over these last few weeks, we saw the conclusion of the MLB All-Star Game, where we saw the return of Javier Baez. And with his return, kept popping up in my head a forgotten player who hasn't been in the All-Star Game in a few years now. And that name is
Alek Manoah. Where do we start?
Growing up in Homestead, Florida, Manoah attended South Dade High School. As a junior, he didn't even touch the mound and actually dominated at the plate, hitting .492 with 5 home runs and 32 RBIs. That summer, he was good enough to play in the Under Armour All-American Baseball game at Wrigley Field. And finally, during his senior year, he stepped on the mound and dominated and eventually signed to play college baseball at West Virginia University. Manoah was not drafted in the 2016 MLB draft at a high school, thus he enrolled at West Virginia. In 2017, as a freshman at West Virginia, Manoah appeared in 19 games, making 10 starts and pitching to a 1-1 record with a 3.07 ERA, earning a spot on the Big 12 All-Freshman team. Fast forward to 2018 as a sophomore, Manoah went 3-5 with a 4.0 ERA in 23 games, having 8 starts. He particularly struggled with command, posting a 1.5 whip. That summer, he was good enough to pitch in the Cape Cod Baseball League for the Chatham Anglers, where he went 4-3 with a 3.57 ERA in 9 starts. Prior to the 2019 season, Manoah was named a preseason All-American by Baseball America. During the season, Manoah was named to the Golden Spikes Award watch list, along with unanimously being named the Big 12 Pitcher of the Year. At the time he received the award, he was 8-3 with a 1.91 ERA in 14 starts, striking out 125 batters in 94 innings. He finished his junior year with a 9-4 record on the mound and a 2.08 ERA over 16 starts, compiling 144 strikeouts over 108 1/3 innings. This was good enough for the Toronto Blue Jays to select Alek Manoah with the 11th overall pick in the 2019 draft. He was signed for $4.55 million and made his professional debut with the Vancouver Canadians of the Low A Northwest League on July 27th. Over 6 starts in the minor leagues, Manoah compiled a 2.65 ERA with 27 strikeouts over 17 innings. Manoah did not play a minor league game, however, in 2020 due to the cancellation of the minor league season because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But to begin the 2021 season, Manoah was assigned to the Buffalo Bisons of the AAA East. In his first start of the season, he struck out 12 batters over 6 scoreless innings. In over 3 starts with Buffalo, Manoah went 3-0 with a 0.5 ERA and 27 strikeouts over 18 innings. This was good enough for Alek to make his major league debut on May 27, 2021, and he finally was selected to the 40-man roster and promoted to the major leagues to start against the New York Yankees that day. He actually picked up the win in a 2-0 final, recording his first MLB strikeout in his debut against Rougned Odor. Overall, Manoah totaled 7 strikeouts while allowing 2 walks, no runs, and 2 hits over 6 innings. On June 22nd, he was suspended 5 games for an incident stemming from a June 19th game in which he was ejected for intentionally hitting Baltimore Orioles third baseman Mike Calfranco with the pitch. However, Manoah returned on July 2nd, recording 7 consecutive strikeouts against the Tampa Bay Rays, setting a Blue Jays franchise record. Manoah finished his rookie season with the Blue Jays having started 20 games in which he went 9-2 with a 3.22 ERA and 127 strikeouts over 111 2/3 innings. Fast forward to 2022, and Alek Manoah finally showed how good he truly is by going 16-7 on the mound with a 2.24 ERA and 196 2/3 innings while striking out 180 batters. Manoah was actually selected to represent the Blue Jays alongside his teammates Santiago Espinal, George Springer, Alejandro Kirk, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 2022 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Manoah actually pitched 1 scoreless inning and struck out all 3 batters he faced. And fast forward at the end of the season, he started the first game of the Wild Card Series against the Seattle Mariners, pitching 5 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits and 4 earned runs with 4 strikeouts, as the Blue Jays were swept by the Mariners in the series. Manoah also finished the year 3rd in Cy Young Award voting behind Dylan Cease and Justin Verlander. Coming off his first two major league seasons, expectations were high for Manoah, who was selected as Toronto's opening day starter. However, this began the downfall of Alek Manoah as he struggled early in the season, posting a 6.36 ERA through his first 13 starts of the campaign. In one start against the Houston Astros on June 5th, 2023, Manoah allowed 6 runs in the first inning and was relieved of duties after recording only 1 out. That following day, Manoah was demoted to the Florida Complex League, and in his first start in the FCL on June 27th, he allowed 11 earned runs on 10 hits and only 2 2/3 innings of work. Fast forward to on July 7th, after a month in the minors, Manoah was recalled to the Major League club in his first start against the Detroit Tigers. He earned the win while recording 8 strikeouts, only giving up 1 earned run in 6 innings, thus making people think that Alek Manoah was back. Wrong. He struggled in subsequent starts, walking several batters in his final 5 starts before being opted to AAA Buffalo after an August 10th loss to the Cleveland Guardians. Manoah, however, reacted negatively to his demotion and did not report to the Bisons, and subsequently informed the Blue Jays they would not pitch again during the 2023 season. However, this did not sit well with a lot of MLB fans, especially American baseball journalist Buster Olney, who said, quote, "Every year there are literally dozens of players who get sent down and don't agree with the decision. But they get on the bus, get on the plane, they go down, they report to go to work to prove the team wrong. This is a bad career move for Manoah." Following the demotion to Buffalo, Manoah met with specialists who examined his knee, back, and right quadricep with no structural damage being found. While media speculated on whether Manoah's struggles were mental or physical in origin, Blue Jays manager John Schneider simply described the situation as frustrating, adding that Manoah feels like he's not ready to compete, so we're going to respect that and kind of move on from it. Manoah was officially shut down in September, having not thrown a pitch since his August 10th demotion. In Manoah's absence, the Blue Jays secured a playoff spot, playing the Minnesota Twins in the best-of-3 AL wildcard series. At season's end, GM Ross Atkins reiterated that no structural damage had been found, but that Manoah had recently received an injection to relieve discomfort in his right shoulder, and that team doctors had no input on that decision. He said that Manoah felt as though that was the next best step, and also noted that Manoah was not seeking a trade and was unlikely to work through his issues in winter ball. On May 5th, 2024, Manoah returned to the majors once again to pitch against the Washington Nationals. He pitched 4 innings and surrendered 6 earned runs in an 11-8 loss, while on May 19th in a game against Tampa Bay Rays, Manoah recorded his 400th career strikeout. He became the second fastest Blue Jays pitcher to accomplish this feat, and the Blue Jays would go on to win the game 5-2. However, on June 7th, it all came downhill once again for Alek Manoah, as it was announced that he would undergo season-ending surgery to repair the UCL of his throwing elbow. Now, however, many baseball fans think that this is clearly just the end for Alek Manoah and that his prime days are way behind him. But thanks to Foul Territory and the channel we've seen on YouTube, they met up with Alek Manoah himself on Alek Manoah trying to get his swag back and the road to recovery.
Yeah, man, I think definitely, sometimes especially at the highest level, when you go through kind of some turmoil out on the field, it could be a little bit tough, especially, dealing with some injuries and things like that. And for me, it's been great to kind of go through that a little bit and to kind of, you kind of got to know what kind of person you are, and kind of just keep that foundation, but at the same time, just continue to learn and to grow about yourself, which is something that I feel like I've been able to do. Sometimes you got to get punched in the mouth, you got to get kicked down to know how to get up, those are things that you can't really mimic or practice. Those are things that you got to go through to learn. So for me, it's been a great journey. And for me, being able to have my family around me, some really great teammates, and just really amazing people in my corner that are always pushing me and supporting me. I kind of feel like it allows me to continue to have my swag and my confidence, even if we're dealing with some injuries and we're kind of going through it a little bit,
Now, as an MLB fan, it really sucks to hear about the downfall of Alek Manoah, especially since in 2022 he had an electric year, and I just remember him dominating in the All-Star game against guys who were at the top of the league at that point. He struck out 3 batters in a row in the All-Star game, meaning he's the best of the best in the world pretty much. And although he's gone downhill with various injuries and being demoted and just a lot of mental and physical just injuries, it seems like, I really do wish the best for Alec, and I wish to see him back up with the Blue Jays pretty soon. But as you guys seen in the Foul Territory show, it seems like Alec still has a long road to go before he even steps foot on a major league mound. So I do feel bad for him, but I hope in the next few years we do see Alek Manoah back on that major league mound for the Blue Jays, dominating like he did once in 2022. Well, that wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the rise and fall of Alek Manoah. Let me know down in the comment section below what other videos you guys want to see. If you guys want to see other rise and falls of different players, please subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1K. We're about 40 or 50 subscribers away from 1K, so please hit that like button, subscribe down below, and this has been Ricky Templeton. Peace out.